Here I am, Brian Freeman. I'm making a video because I guess I'm kind of seeing that the policing and the country and RCMP in Canada is basically fucking garbage. They don't do anything about poison, rape, murder, abduction. I've admitted it. It is something that's been happening for years. I think the women are treated worse than me on a lot of cases. And the one way you can kind of tell is that a lot of the time, like even with me, something bad happens and then I forget it altogether. I can't even tell you what happened because they don't let me remember. My speech impediment that keeps coming and going is basically memory problems and thinking problems, where they're taking away what I have in my mind, what I should have after 41 years to speak English properly like any other Canadian. And people see it and they don't care, and the whole country is filled with ignorance like that. It's really sad. The U.S. Customs blocked me from traveling to the U.S. I have a Canadian passport I have for 10 years. It expires in 2028, I guess. And they won't let me go. So I'm basically held hostage here. I can't even get out just to request some kind of asylum from this country. U.S. Customs, I think, is ignorant as well. They don't realize there's a problem because they haven't stopped travel. If this can happen to me for no reason, and there's no criminal negligence or anything like that that the police can hold against me, then the police in this country are ignorant. Canada is a terrorist country, and the U.S. Ignorant U.S. Customs in the Toronto airport and Calgary airport, probably every airport in the country, as well as the border. Coots first and foremost, because that was the one I visited recently. They don't let me travel. So if they don't let me travel with a passport, and they do let other people who weren't honest about what was happening in their life or around them with other people, then there's traveling. And when there's traveling of normal people can come to Canada as well as the ones that leave Canada. There's no normal people in Canada. Everyone's a poison victim. Everyone's doing worse. That's the story. Otherwise, women and children don't need to be treated worse. But that's what's happening in Canada. No one's allowed out, and if people from here can travel, that means terrorists are allowed to travel with a Canadian passport. And on top of that, the Americans and other people that travel to Canada aren't safe because Canada does illegal investigations outside of their city, outside of their country. So investigations in our minds, either run by the police or jihad, mafia, terrorists, they are actually doing this all over the world, and they're not letting us escape, so we're basically stuck here like hostages. So suicide is my best option. I can't buy a gun. I need 2 friends just to apply for a gun, which is really silly. I'd have to steal it just to get one. The police won't kill me. And if they won't kill me when I don't even want to live in this stupid piece of shit country anymore, then you can bet they're keeping rapists, poisoners, murderers, abductors, all those people around. So Canada's full of those people. I've already posted a video about this, and this is the honest truth of what I've been going through in the country. I've done nothing wrong that they could hold against me, and I've been told and threatened that I have to do stupid things, even in the workplace. It's been sabotaging jobs, and people want me to become a criminal because they don't want me to live well. They want me to give the police an excuse for investigating me, and the police don't have an excuse. They're terrorists, so the police in Canada are actually terrorists. And it's really sad. This country is garbage, but there's nothing people can do about it, I guess. So the whole country is just a wasteland. And at this point, I've been made homeless for no reason. But there's a joke about that too. You can get affordable housing, but it takes 2 years. You can apply for welfare, which is Alberta Works and Ontario Works, and they give you money, which covers the full cost of rent, supposedly, and food and basic needs. So that can be up over $1,800 a month, possibly $2,200 a month, which is better for most people in the country. but you got to get on a wait list for that too. They got to look into it and see that you actually need that you don't have a job and all that. And I can't even, they're giving me trouble so that when I'm talking, I'm losing my breath. So, like I was saying, I can't even get an apartment in Canada because in Canada, my apartment needs a lease to be signed. I need a proof of income, I need a job, or I need Alberta or Ontario Works welfare money. And when I have welfare money, I can prove my income, and then I can actually get our apartment to rent. Otherwise, I end up in sort of gang houses where it's a lot of people in one house, and that's not bad, but if you have any conflicts with other people, people that don't like you, they try messed up things with you, you can't really keep living in one place, so you just keep moving between places. Supposedly that's not allowed. So the only people that are normal in Canada are people who got away with murder. You have to 7 years spend time in one location. I'm not saying it properly. You have to stay in one house or location, one bedroom apartment or bachelor apartment for 7 years with a door bar, because they're coming into the houses, and you have to do that while having sodium, calcium, proper oxygen, window open and then closed at night and barred. And then you have to eat proper nutrition, which is basically sodium high. You don't want to have any potassium, because potassium isn't bad. Juice is fine, but you might as well avoid it because it's already in meat, grains, and basically almost all food. So you avoid potassium for one reason. They're taking your sodium. They use poison, halogens, chemistry that pulls sodium. And when they use that, you lose your sodium, you lose your calcium, and you don't get any nutrition. And you'll never get better when they're doing that, which means you're permanent. So I found this out because they're taking my sodium, and I thought, well, sodium would be nice in my diet, and maybe it would help my brain. And it does. But they take it. They rip it from you so quick that you can never outdo what they're doing unless you just keep trying to get it, and they make you look like some kind of really bad person who's getting poisoned, like as if they're homeless. And that makes me think those people that aren't doing well, they aren't even bad people, because the police are. So this country is full of terrorists because the police are okay with some people and they're not okay with other people. And if they did this to me, and 41 years passed and none of the police could solve this, and people are getting away with this, coming into the house or their bedroom or whatever that I'm living in, and going into my room as well as other people's rooms, then the police are actually involved in this, and they are terrorists. So the police and the RCMP and even the US Customs, because they're in Canada right now, they have shit in their brain that is fucking them up so that they can't even do their job properly. They're ignorant and they are stupid. So you have to avoid them at all costs. Unless you get attacked and you have no choice, you do not want to go to them. That's basically what this country has come to. So it's kind of stupid. I don't know if I'm going to post this video, but I should, because it's true. And the police in this country are fucking garbage. So swearing I would have liked to avoid in the video, but that's all I could think of when I was saying what I was trying to say clearly. Apologies. Anyway,